Peggy 18.
Arr, me matey, are you welcome to, some pirating? But then we might throw into some assassinating. And then we might throw into some bullshit first-person mode that makes no sense at all, and that's just kind of shoehorned in there for no fucking reason.
Where are my whores?
We are talking about Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. For the Xbox 360, PS3, you know the drill. It is made by, let me think, Ubisoft Montreal.
It pretty much says Ubisoft all the way across the board.
Yes, it is Ubisoft. Ubisoft or Ubisoft, however you want to pronounce it. I think it is actually pronounced Ubisoft. Anyways, yes, Assassin's Creed, their long franchise. What is this, game number 6?
I believe so.
Yeah, because they have 1, 2, and 3, 4. Yeah, this is number 6. So, yes, the 4 in there is kind of misleading, but in a way it still makes sense. But anyways, you get to take place as Edward Kenway. The father to Haytham Kenway, who was the father of Connor, the Indian dude from the third game. Nicky G. I'm here with Nicky G, of course, people.
Hello.
Yes, as you can hear his voice, and then also, who am I? Ooh, who could it be? Yes. How many Assassin's Creed games have you played?
I played one, which was Assassin's Creed 3.
Okay. How'd you feel about that one?
Seeing as this is my first exposure, I enjoyed it. So, for me, of course, I kind of said this before on the video game podcast that, a lot of people had a problem with Connor's character and stuff, but for me, I didn't really have that, I didn't have that background with the Assassin's Creed's, their whole series, so for me, it was, quite the enjoyable experience.
Oh, yeah. What'd you think of the ship combat?
I was not great at it, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah, see, okay. I'm gonna be jumping around a little bit, folks, but right now, just off what you say, I wasn't great at it either in 3, but it was still manageable. I didn't have to, upgrade my ship at all, or worry about how good I am. Basically, it's just kind of like, shoot your cannons in this direction, and just, you'll be fine. This game is kind of like, hey, you want to be a pirate, right? I'm like, yeah. You want to be sail the 7 seas? Yeah. You want to have, you want to ship-to-ship combat? Yeah. You want to be a pain in the ass? No. No. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, it's going to be that way. But before I get into my big old gripes, let me talk about the story real quick, because holy shit. Alright, the story to Assassin's Creed 4. Alright, so you start out with Edward Kenway being a pirate. He's a pirate, and he kills an assassin, takes his uniform, and then he ends up meeting up with the Templars, because this assassin was defecting to the Templars. He was just, fuck being an assassin, I'm gonna go join the people with all the money.
And of course, if you guys are wondering how a mere pirate's able to kill an assassin, this was after a shipwreck, so the assassin was kind of, fucked up at that point.
Yes, he was. He was a little fucked up, but it's still like, he's a fucking assassin, come on.
Yeah.
It kind of brings up to one of my first problems, though. When you're chasing after this assassin, Edward's already like a master climber. He could already, I'm climbing. He already does the eagle thing that they do. It's like, he doesn't need training. And he's already, I'll accept the fact that he's good with swords and stuff, but, that's about it. And you become an assassin, and somehow, you don't become an assassin. You just wear the uniform. the true pirate way. And I was like, yeah, I'm digging this. You just killed the fucker. He even throws away the hidden blades. And then you get to meet all the villains, kind of like what they like to do in the Assassin's Creed games, where they show you everybody you're going to have to kill in the whole game pretty early. They're like, hey, see all these assholes? You're going to have to kill them all. They show all the villains betray you after you help them out. And then the whole thing is Edward trying to find this thing called the Observatory, where basically it's just something where you could see where everyone's at any time. It's basically like Professor X's Cerebro. That's what this is. And, and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. And Edward's whole time, and then you get a pirate ship. But majority of the game, see, this is where it's kind of a weird thing. Like, okay, Nick, if they were going to call this an Assassin's Creed game, how much Assassins and Templars would you think they should have in it? Would you say about 50% of the game? 50, 70, 80? What would you think?
I would imagine 70 to 80% for the majority,
Mm-hmm.
First, I'd imagine those would be your main villains across the board either way.
I agree with you. The Assassin Templar storyline, the whole thing of like, Assassins and Templars, and, you're an assassin, you have to take out the Templars, the same thing they've been kind of doing the entire goddamn series. You think that would be about at least 70% of the game. I would say on a percentage-wise, it's maybe a maximum about 40. Because you really, Edward, let me put it this way, it's not even a spoiler, he's not an assassin. He never becomes an assassin. So calling this an Assassin's Creed game is like calling Call of Duty a Battlefield game. There's no point to, they're similar, but it's not one of them. This is not an Assassin's Creed game. The Templars aren't really that, they're just, okay, Nick, you could literally replace Templars with, like, say, the East India Trading Company or something like that, something piratey, or just the British forces, and just have pirates versus the British, because that is essentially what the story is. It's, the Templars just kind of make it like, whoa, well, the Templar, he's a Templar, but he's leading the British or Spanish Armada. So, I was like, well, why isn't he just the governor then? Whatever. So you got that. You have an Assassin's Creed game that has nothing to do with Assassin's Creed at all. And I'm just gonna, first part of the story, I'm just gonna stick with the Edward part, just so you people stay with me here. So yeah, then you meet up with a bunch of villains, and then it starts getting really fucking weird. Cause you meet this guy called the Sage, and then, he knows more about what's going on, and they never explain how he knows what anything's going on. They're just like, yeah, he knows about this place. He knows about the observatory. He knows all this. Why? He just does. Shut up. That's why. Just follow the story, stupid.
You butthead.
I know. Really, it is that. I will give Edward this. You know how everyone had their problems with Connor?
Yes.
He's way more likable than Connor. He is not this two-dimensional idiot who keeps getting everybody, like, saying, dumbass, what are you doing? No, this guy is a fucking pirate, dude. He is like a non-flamboyant Jack Sparrow, where he's just like this, he's just having fun. He likes getting drunk. He's just a sarcastic prick all the time. I mean, the whole reason why he met up with the Templars is because he killed an assassin and he dressed up like the dude just to get a reward out of it.
Exactly. I mean, he just went there, no information on the guy's background, nothing. He just, fuck it.
I know. That was one of my favorite parts of it, him just trying to lie his way out of it. I was like, no wonder why they caught you. You're just like, yeah. Like, one of the lines is, you remember my wife, don't you? Yeah, how is she?
Quite.
I know, he even has that tone in his voice, like, he doesn't know. I was like, no wonder why they found your ass out. He really is a great character to follow, though. I did enjoy him personally. The side characters, some of them are really fun, like Blackbeard. He's awesome, just because he's just like an asshole, and he's kind of like a guy where, he kind of like, oh god. The villains are forgettable as fuck. They're like, they're just that's one thing I'll give Assassin's Creed 3. Haytham was a hell of a villain. He was such a great villain. These ones are just your palette swap. We're evil! That is it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's all you got? We don't got, I would have killed for Davy Jones to make an appearance. Just be like, or fucking Barbossa, that would be awesome. I don't know. It's the only pirate shit I know. Sorry.
My question is, where does Blackbeard come in this?
He randomly shows up, to be honest with you. You're just at one of the pirate things called Nassau, and he's just there and he meets up with you, and apparently, because Assassin's Creed likes to jump around in time, so this is months after you've been a captain of your own ship, and he's just like, Kenway, or Edward, or something. How's it going? And you basically just are friends with him after that. I do have to say, though, there's a scene with Blackbeard that just makes you feel sad. And I won't spoil it, folks, but that was probably the best scene in the whole damn game, and it's like it's sequence number 4 out of 13.
God damn.
It was like, yeah, it's funny as hell. I just got done saying about, one of our movie podcasts, I'm not really that jaded. Oh, fuck me. I'm a little jaded. So Edward's story ends up being a little lackluster at the end. It's just kind of like, well, okay. It has a couple sad points. It has a couple of moments where you're just like, damn. But the overall, the biggest problem with the story? Unlike every other Assassin's Creed game, this has no climax. It has no moment towards the end, or even where it has no set pieces. It has none of that. Like Assassin's Creed 3, it had set pieces, and it had it had the Revolutionary War where you're just like, fuck yeah, this is cool. This doesn't have any of that. It's like the boring parts of 3, really, with the cool parts of the ship combat. And it's just really an unclimactic game for the most part. Like I said, it has one scene that I can really think of where I'm just like, damn, that's cool. And that was it. I was like, damn, you guys should have saved that to the end. You kind of blew your load pretty early. Alright. And then...
That was one thing, like, out of all the gameplay I've seen, it's just like, it's just looking at it, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, it looks just like any other Assassin's Creed game, which is a different coat of paint.
Yeah, you mentioned the different coat of paint. It is a great looking game. It really is. Nick wasn't too fond of it for some reason. He said that he didn't like the character models. I was like, the character models are Assassin's Creed models. They're no better than 3, I would say, but the scenery is beautiful. The water is amazing. The islands, yeah. If you're looking for a game that has a lot of downtime to it, to where you just can go exploring, this is a good game. For that. You can go exploring, you can do all that. Not a good game if you need to rush through it to review it. Yeah. Not that the easiest thing to do. Let me, this won't take me long to talk about real quick. The Animus is back, and you play as, fuck if I know. You don't play as anybody. He's a nameless, faceless stone of you're a shell of a human being. So for people who don't know, we actually skipped this in our bloody time. We skipped this because it's boring and stupid. So you wake up out of the Animus and you're thinking, oh, what's it going to be? I mean, the Assassin's Creed 3. Did you finish 3?
Yes, I did.
Okay, it has like a hell of an ending type thing. Whether you liked it or not, and I had my problems with it. But like with the during the modern day stuff, it has a hell of a oh shit, 4 is going to be big time. You know what you are? You basically are an employee.
You're just an intern?
Yeah. Basically, you work for this Abstergo Entertainment. Not Industries, Entertainment. And your whole thing is to look through the Edward's life and to find where he, just so they can make a movie out of it. Just go there, find footage, they'll make a movie out of it. That's what you do. And then some weird dude keeps contacting you over your weird new Abstergo iPad, and he keeps telling you to hack shit. Without argument, your guy just does it. You're supposed to do it, otherwise you can't move on. For whatever fucking reason, your guy's just stupid. Like, if I was just at work, say if I'm working at Apple, because that's what it kind of reminds me of. If I'm working at Apple and some guy just calls me up on my, Apple phone or whatever, says, I need you to hack this for me. I'd be like, no, I will lose my job.
Who the fuck are you?
I know. I'm going to have charges put against me. Why? And like halfway through this thing, eventually he's like, well, now you got to keep working for me because I have you, I got you. I'll expose you if you do that. I was like, yeah, I agree. My character's pretty fucking stupid. And it's just these first person segments that have nothing to do with anything, and it's supposed to be like, well, something's going on. Wink, wink, wink. And when you find out what's actually going on, it's pretty lame and kind of like, wow, I was expecting a big fucking twist with this stupid ass shit you're putting me through. But it wasn't. It was this boring ass crap, and you still have a faceless character. And then, even at the end of all of it, you never find out who that guy is that you were. You were just some employee. Even the assassins from the like 3, you know, the Sean and the other chick with the headphones on all the time, they contact you. I know, you're like, Brandon, you're spoiling this. No, this isn't a spoiler. They contact you and say, good job. That's it. That's it, Nick.
Wow.
That's the end of his story arc. Nameless, faceless character. And the whole time I'm thinking, you guys literally were wasting my time by making me do this.
Yeah.
Alright. Back to the pirate stuff, though. Let me talk about the gameplay real quick. A lot like 3. I mean, a lot like 3 means they changed nothing. I do like how Edward is a two-handed sword fighter. Thought that was kind of a nifty thing. I like how every assassin has their different quirks. You know, you had Ezio, who was really good with, you know, he is a one-handed, elegant sword fighter, you know, really kind of swashbuckling in a way. You had, you know, fucking Connor, who was like, you know, an axe-wielding maniac, you know. No, he was a badass with his tomahawk. You know, Edward is more of a two-handed sword fighter, but he's not so elegant. He's more kind of like he's kind of a brute with it almost, in my opinion. You know, he just kind of swings those things. It's just like, my only hope for the next Assassin's Creed would be a two-handed swordsman, you know, where he's just, you know, it's like a broadsword type thing. I don't know. Or a ninja. That'd be cool. But anyways, yeah, you got Edward, you know, he fights. The on-ground gameplay is fine. I did get sick and tired of fucking tailing people. Holy shit, do you do that? Every memory sequence, you have to do it at least once. And I got so sick and tired of tailing people at the end, I was losing it. I'm like, it's the same. You can't figure out anything else for me to do. See, that was another problem I had. Every Assassin's Creed had something new that you could do in it. Something new. See, like, 3 had the ship combat, had the, you know, the brush that you can run in, and the trees you can climb in, and the, you know, actually 3 had a lot of new shit you could do. The whole, like, oh, grab an enemy while they shoot a gun, now charge at them, you know. This has nothing new. Added nothing new. It was
was one thing which I need to ask you about.
What?
Is, did you go harpooning?
I did not. That requires me to upgrade that stuff. And I was, literally this game took me a long time to beat as it was. And I was just like, you know, I wanted to mess around more, but to be able to finish it, I didn't. Yeah. It saddened me because I would, they were like dick teasing me with those whales. The whales would just, and I wanted to go harpooning for one thing, Nick. As a middle finger to PETA. I wish I would have taken a bunch of screenshots, put them on the PETA message boards, and be like, yep, I finned this shark. Because I can.
Oh, man, we are assholes.
I know. Fuck PETA. No, seriously, fuck PETA. They're nothing good. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so the ship itself is where the game mainly, you know, that's where a lot of it takes place. When you're on the ship, it's kind of cool. When you're just going through the 7 seas, your sea mates are gonna sit there and start singing sea shanties. I mean, it's cool. You're just like, I'm
sailing away.
Did you watch our bloody time before it's been out? Because literally, I start singing that at the end of one of ours. That is so awesome. That's funny. Yeah, literally, it made me sad with the part 2 of that because I was going to start singing, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Yeah, the sailing part was fun. The early ship combat is awesome. Because when you can get on, like when they teach you how to be a pirate and you board your first ship, it was so cool. When you tell your guys, prepare to board! And then you hop over the enemy ship, kill a few people, kill the captain, they all surrender. They're all, and you can choose what to do with the ship. And mostly it just ends up with you either repairing yours or making them part of your fleet. Those are basically the 2 options. And the funny thing is, if you repair your ship and don't make them part of your fleet, they just sink the ship. You know, you get back on your boat and they just fire all the cannons, sink the ship, and everyone on that ship that surrendered dies anyways. So that was cool.
That's true pirating right there.
Oh, I know. You gotta know, this is the best pirate game out there. Doesn't have any competition. So, it's the best one. It's really the only one. And I found a couple buried treasure. I thought that was cool. Like, just going on a treasure with a poorly drawn treasure map. trying to figure out where the hell I'm at, trying to look on the longitude, latitude of the map and trying to figure out where it was at. So I did mess around a little bit in the sense of word when finding that stuff. But here's, okay, one thing, people who are planning on playing this game, upgrade your ship. Every dime you make, you put it into that ship. Any dime you make, you put it into that ship. You only upgrade that ship. Upgrading Connor, I mean, you can hunt animals and craft and, build up, or I said Connor, didn't I? Edward. Upgrading Edward, you just craft stuff from killing animals, and that's easy. You just, I crafted this thing out of deer hide, now I'm buying more health. That's all you need. Do not buy new weapons, because it will not matter. Because literally all the enemies kind of die the same. The combat's really easy. But the ship combat is hard as fuck. Literally. I shit you not. The last conflict I had in this game, because I upgraded it as much as I could, without, going out and doing a bunch of assassin jobs and earning a bunch of money so I can continue to upgrade my ship. I did what I could. And the last conflict, Nick, ship to ship, all you had to do was fight 2 big ships. You think, Brandon, that sounds easy. I died. I failed it. Over about either equal to or greater than 7 times.
God damn.
And I don't know what I was doing wrong, and it was pissing me off. I haven't wanted to throw my controller through a TV as much as that, but it pissed me the fuck off. And I was determined, god damn it. It would drive me up the goddamn wall though, Nick. I couldn't tell you. And a lot of the ship combat, though, I was getting into, I barely would survive. It was a bunch of shit. Their enemy ships would just they would just, you get about 3 bars of health, and if you upgrade, you get more, you make your ship stronger and all that. But good God, do they just, you cannot go head to head with any of these ships, it seems like. They just take out a whole bar of your health, and you're just like, fuck! What the hell? I'm supposed to be the hero of this story.
What, did they have, kamikaze rowboats or something?
Actually, there was one time one boat just rammed me and fucking knocked my shit off. But then to make it even more stressful, and I understand why they did it, and I thought it was cool at first, they had the weather increment, where, if you're not careful, the weather's just gonna be shit in one area. And you know what the part I had to do 7 times? Well, the game didn't want to cut me some slack, so I'm fighting in terrible weather against 2 ships, so sometimes when I shoot my cannons, they don't hit because I went through the water. And I'm like, oh, god damn it. God damn it. And then you're trying to escape their cannon fire, and you're going up this big-ass wave, so your ship hardly moves. Oh, it stresses me the fuck out. I'm sitting there, god damn it, start it, go! And I'm screaming at my TV. It was the most stressful experience I've had in any Assassin's Creed game, or any game in a long time for that matter. Holy shit. All I can say is, hey, Ubisoft, dumb down the difficulty of the, ship combat a little bit. I mean, I don't need to be a cakewalk, but good God, man. Oh, that was the biggest problem I had with that game. That and the tailing. Shit. I'm trying to think anything else I need to add to it. Anything you would like to know about the game?
No, I think everything I've questioned was answered, so.
Alright. Overall thoughts, it's not a bad game. I think they could have dumbed down the ship combat, because honestly, I know it sounds like I'm just being a pansy and I'm just like, but honestly, I shouldn't have to upgrade my ship to make the game playable. I should be able to not upgrade my ship at all and just have a challenge. But that end conflict wasn't a challenge. That was I barely passed that. Like, I was on the skin of my motherfucking teeth. I did it with luck. So maybe I was missing something, or maybe I just wasn't good. But damn it, if a game pisses me off to the point where I'm just angry, I can't help but to mark it down. When it's something where I just can't understand what I'm doing wrong, and when I look online, I actually had to look online to see what I did. They didn't do anything different from what I was doing, and I'm just like, I don't know what I did wrong then. And that was one of those things where you shouldn't force your player to have to upgrade to win. I'm sorry. That should be just something extra. And they should have dumbed down on the tailing and the lack of a compelling story, and the fact that you even called it an Assassin's Creed game, the fact that you kept making me go back in the beginning, or back to the first person bullshit, And the villains were just bland as hell compared to Hatham and his crew. I gotta give this, I'm being generous because it's a very competent video game. It's a very competent video game. Give this a 2.5.
Alright.
2.5 out of 5.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it really had nothing new or special to it, and I know I was actually championed to this game. I'm like, yeah, a game all about the ship combat, and that's what I wanted. But like I said, 3 wasn't nearly as that annoying, challenging, or difficult. It was just kind of fun. Basically, they took the fun out of the ship combat, and I was like, that's not okay. And people, you'll probably disagree with me, but, that's my thoughts on it. So, yeah, 2.5 out of 5. I thought I just had higher hopes for this game. That is it, everybody. If you would like to, blah, blah, blah. blah, 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 you know the drill. I don't know, sometimes I just get so tired of saying this shit over and over. But anyways, visit our website at bloodyscreenpod.com. Just to, check us out. Let us know if you'd like to watch our videos without ads. Go there. Check out our forums. Let us know what you think. If you want our feedback, if you want to give us feedback, best place to go is there. Just help us out any way you can. And, also it's ad free. Come on. Give us your thoughts on this game. We'd love to know what your thoughts were. That is it, everybody. Any closing things you want to say, Nick?
Nope.
All right. All I got to say is, ramming speed!